What's interesting for me that, in terms of the findings from my book, and the findings draw from both survey and interview data from almost 100 law professors around the country. And this includes 63 women of color who are the core sample, and that is African American, Asian American, Latina, Native American, Middle Eastern, multiracial women. And then I also included a comparison sample of white men, white women, and men of color. That can really sort of provide a point of contrast to the core sample. And so with regard to the leaders as well, there are some very similar themes in terms of many women of color feeling like they don't belong in leadership. That is not the place for me. Some people had a taste of leadership previously, and maybe it didn't go as well as they had hoped because their colleagues weren't supportive, and so some of them have also internalized those concerns, and now I thought maybe I could be a leader, but now I realize that's not really where I belong. And so initially, I in these interviews, some of these seem like they have individual roots, the idea that, I don't want to do it. Almost nobody in my sample said, yes, I want to be the dean. Almost everybody said, dean, never, no. And so it seems maybe initially like an individual issue, right? These are people who don't want to do it. But my job as the sociologist is to identify those patterns, and when everyone is saying, no, it's not for me, I can dig a little deeper to look for those structural roots, right? The ways in which, just like women of color are reluctant to pursue academia in the first place, many are similarly reluctant to consider themselves as leaders, especially when they haven't been encouraged to be leaders, where others don't talk about them as leaders, and don't encourage them to pursue leadership opportunities. So I'm going to end with another just brief excerpt from the book, because there's a lot of what the book reveals includes challenges, right? There are a lot of challenges based on race and gender, not just within legal academia. That's sort of the example that I use in the book, but it's relevant for legal practitioners. It's relevant for people in other areas of academia. It's relevant generally. One of my kids' friends from school, their mom purchased the book just to be supportive of me as a friend. She's not currently working outside the home, but she's like, I'm so excited you wrote a book. I went on the Stanford website and I bought it. And I read the summary there, and she was like, I learned a lot from the summary. Mansplaining. That's what my husband was doing last night, right? So it doesn't matter what area you're in. You've probably experienced this. Okay, so even though there are a lot of challenges, I like to end focused on solutions, right? Thinking about both individual strategies, what can we personally do, and also collectively, are there some structural solutions we can think about to combat this more systemic problem? So I'm going to read to you about Michelle. Michelle's a Black woman professor. When a university-wide administrative position opened up at Michelle's institution, she says, initially I had no interest. I didn't think it was the right thing for me. Michelle credits her white male dean as, in her words, the biggest factor in her decision to apply. And this is what he did. He several times said to me, I really think this is something you are uniquely situated for, and I will do everything in my power to help you succeed once you're in it. So that's what we need. Those are the allies that we need, supporting one another and drawing from those allies to help push us forward as well.